Weber with the Mentor Area Chamber of Commerce, and this morning we are here with Nora. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good. Okay, give us your exact name and title, please.
Okay, I'm Rhonda Goss, and I'm the plant manager here at the Nora facility.
Get started.
Well, actually, the Nora group is from 1923, so we're almost on our 100-year anniversary. We were originally Tech Systems Corporation in this area, and then in 2005, Nora acquired us. So we've been around in this area for about 50 years, and then just recently we have moved into the Mentor area from Charlotte.
Were you with the company when it was Tech?
Yes, I've been with the company 28 years now.
Oh, wonderful. That's awesome to hear. So give us a little bit of history about what you guys make and what you guys do here.
Okay, so what we do is we make electrodes, and we have some examples here. They are used in the production of chemicals. It can be in plating applications, water disinfection. So there's a lot of different applications that it can be used for. So if you go on our website, you'll see that there's a lot of product listings and that kind of thing, but that's what our customers basically do with our anodes. I just want to be clear that what we do here is we make them. We're making electrodes. So basically they're made out of titanium. So I have an example of what titanium looks like. So it's just a shiny, lightweight, very strong material. And we do just normal fabrication to these things. So the kind of equipment that you'll see is like shears, punch presses, resistance welding, TIG welding, that kind of stuff. But what makes our claim to fame, the thing that makes us unique, is that we take this titanium and we turn it into an electrode by adding precious metal coating. So the precious metal coating, when you think about precious metals, you think about gold. We don't use gold, but we do use materials that are just as expensive as gold. And so what basically happens is that we clean the titanium, we put this coating on, it's like a paint, and then it goes through a high cure cycle. So it's an oven with high temperatures, and we apply as many coats as we need to in order to get a certain life. So that is how it becomes an electrode. And so we have some examples of different types of electrodes. These are just, small scale models. But we have different shapes and sizes. So you do mesh, sheet, tubes, and they go everywhere from the size of a paperclip to the size of a conference room table.
So what, is there any companies that we would, like the general public would know, like that your equipment is?
Yeah, that's a good question, because we don't sell directly to consumers typically. What we're selling to is other industries. So one of the things that you may know about is, which unfortunately in Northeast Ohio we don't have a whole lot of in-ground pools because of our temperatures, but these are this is an electrolyzer that is for a salt pool. So
my brother has one of those, so that would be a piece of equipment that would be?
Right, yeah, so what happens is that we actually make these blades that go into this cell. And how it works is basically you have salt that you put into a pool, and instead of adding the chlorine tablets that are very harsh,
right,
that you put this cell in with your filtration system, and it's basically, it will add the water disinfection right there. So it's much easier for the operator of the pool, the homeowner. It's a much nicer feel, like a silkier feel.
It is
to the
on
water.
your skin, because there's a big difference, because I had a pool and I had bromine.
Sure.
And then he got the in-ground pool and does the salt water, and there is a big difference. It is a lot. You can feel the difference on your skin immediately when you enter the pool.
Yeah, it is much nicer, and overall, just the total experience is better for the homeowner when you're using this type of system. So we own about 90% of that market, and so there's different market people who sell the electrolyzers, but 90% of those electrodes, which are these, come from us.
Very nice. So you're not located just here in Mentor, Ohio.
No.
You're international.
Yeah, we're an international company. Our headquarters is in Milan, Italy. We have fabrication facilities in Germany, a couple in Japan. We're in China, Brazil, and India. So we're truly global.
it's really cool. So what made your owners decide to come here to Mentor, Ohio?
Well, as the Italian-based company, we were originally in Chardon, Ohio, and the area started to develop around us. We owned that land there, and the structure itself was 50 years old, starting to become more and more of a chore for us to do the upkeep. So we started looking for someplace else to go. We looked in Concord, which is where our headquarters is for Nora Tech, and again, trying to stay out of areas that are light industrial and that kind of thing. So we were looking for a place that was truly industrial and to be able to accommodate our employees so they're not traveling large distances to get to work. So we have a lot of our population live in Ashtabula and Painesville, some in Chardon, that kind of thing. So
Jogging County and Lake County areas.
yes, yeah. So that made it so that the distance basically between Concord and Chardon and Concord and here is basically the same. So the distance from our headquarters was in that radius, and to accommodate our employees.
Oh, wonderful. We're so happy that you selected Mentor, Ohio.
Yeah, we're very happy too.
So I know that all of our manufacturers these days are looking for employees. Are you guys in that position as well?
Yes, currently we are looking for about 12 employees that we have approval for 152 technicians that are regular employees here. And so we're right at that 140 mark. And so we have a variety of positions available in either our coding or mechanical side.
Okay. And Kelly's going to show us right now some of the careers that are available here at Nora. And nice little board, by the way.
Oh, thank you. The careers that we have, I mean, primarily we are looking for technicians on a regular basis, but the support staff that we have here are primarily engineers. We have environmental health and safety. We have a couple of folks that are full-time environmental health and safety people, HR, that kind of thing, that are here. So we have about 210 people who are at the Mentor facility and about 90 to 100 in our Concord facility.
So overall, do you know how many people you know, including your international, how many people you employ?
Actually, I don't know that number.
I was just curious.
But it's a lot because we're at 300 and over plus, and you know, each of our the Japanese and our one in Germany are very large as well.
Are those facilities very similar to this operation here?
Yes, actually, we're the most diversified, that we have the most different product lines that we support, but they do basically the same thing with titanium structures and precious metal coatings. It's just that their product lines are usually a little bit more direct, where we have a variety of different things. They're more specialized.
So how long have you've been in this location, a year or less than a year?
Less than a year. We started moving in February. So we have one last process that is got to make its way over here, and it's scheduled to do that this week. And so we have a few things that we're leaving actually at Chardon, because believe it or not, I know we just moved in, but we're already talking about an expansion. So
well, that was what I was going to mention, because when we did your grand opening, when we came here for your grand opening with you, that was one of the announcements that was made, that you guys were already looking to expand. And
yes,
that's fantastic.
Yeah. So we started out at 70,000 square feet of manufacturing space in Chardon. We're at about 110 manufacturing square feet here. We're looking to add 19 to 20,000 square feet. And it's 3 processes that we have that we are gonna, one that is currently housed in Chardon, and then we've got a couple more that we're expanding to include. So those 3 different processes will probably add in the order of 20 positions here as well.
That's wonderful. When do you think that's going to start?
Actually, we're already in the campaign for the engineering project. So we've got the plans up and running. We're looking to complete in 2020 and be up and running the first quarter of 2021.
Wow, so that's wonderful.
It's aggressive.
It is. I mean, you're barely here a year, and then you're already ready to expand it, and you plan to have that done basically within the year of
Yeah.
which you've come, so
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
It is exciting.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear. What other future plans does Nora have? Is there a new product that you're thinking about, or I mean, is this your bread and butter, and you guys really want to stick with those?
Yeah, the growth we have is in a couple of different ways. The type of electrode that we make, again, is titanium with the precious metal, but you can use other electrodes. So there's a couple ways we're trying to expand and grow. One of them is, obviously, there are other electrodes that are out there that we would like to replace with our technology. Another way is that we have the cells. We have, in the past years, focused strictly on the electrodes, but we had an acquisition last year, and we are now into the cell business. Again, just dipping our toe, we're getting started, but we hope to grow more and more in that way. And so there's lots of different ways, and we have a research and development department that they're constantly looking for new ways of doing what we do, so new coating types or new materials, etc. So, and then in terms of our growth, our history, we've got over the 10-year period, we have grown our revenues by 75%, and our actual technician workforce, our regular workforce, has grown about 65%. So we have a history of our growth, and we just had a communication meeting this morning with our president, and they're projecting out in the next few years to continue that growth pattern.
That's fantastic. That's what we want to hear.
Sure.
Right?
Yes, we do.
When the business got started, you said it's been almost 100 years old. A couple more years will be your anniversary. Was it like somebody invented it, and then
Yes.
is it family owned still?
It is family owned still, which is, even when we were Tech Systems Corporation, we were a part of the Nora family. That there were actually two brothers. So one owned Tech and the other one owned Nora, and so we were always a part of the Nora family. Basically, the way the technology started is someone was working in the lab and stumbled across this type of coating, and it was initially called beer coating. So that was our very first one, and then it's just expounded from there. There are different types of coatings that you use for different things, and so again, for what we use our stuff for, there's formulations depending on what you're trying to do with it.
And the family is still involved with the business to
Yes.
this day?
Yes. Actually, the owner, unfortunately, he was supposed to come to our ribbon cutting ceremony, and he got injured.
Oh.
So, but
It was a theme for your grand opening, because you yourself were had a little
yes, I had a
broken
cast
little
on.
limb there.
Yes. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right, but so yeah, they're very involved still in the day-to-day operations.
That's wonderful. I mean, especially for such a large company, that's not always
Yes.
very common for that to happen, and then them to continue to grow and being projected and expanding. Are you expanding globally as well? Do you think any of the facilities, or it's just this Menor facility that's going to be putting on the addition?
As far as I know, it's just us at this point. That there are, I'm sure, other initiatives that they just recently redid the plant in China. So they've been spending a lot of capital dollars in investing in some of their manufacturing facilities. So obviously we were very excited to get a new facility here.
Sure that you made the list, right?
Yes, exactly, right. So yeah, and it took us a while. We were, in the process of laying out the plant and all those kind of things. So a lot of work went into trying to optimize how we do what we do.
And how many people did you say you employ here again at this facility?
We have 140 regular technicians, so again, looking to be at 152. Plus, we have some temporaries that we sometimes use those as candidates for hire. We also do hiring with 6 months of manufacturing experience. If you have 6 months of manufacturing experience, you can be direct hired. Otherwise, if you don't have any experience, we have 3 different temporary agencies that we work with in order to try to get you some of that experience, and evaluate that. And we have about 210 people here total with our support staff, like I said, the engineering, your plant management, and environmental health and safety staff.
Well, I know since you guys have come here, you already came right in to Mentor and started participating in some of the things that we're doing to help manufacturers gain employees. So you guys have been at those events.
Yes.
And I know there's another one coming up with the Port Authority, and I think you guys are on the list
Right.
to be there as well. So that's wonderful that you guys are already so involved in our community.
Yeah, and we're working with the schools as well with the Lakeshore Compact out
Yes.
of Manor High School. And so that, I think, has been a real, we're just getting started, but we're intending to invest a lot of resource there in order to try to grow that relationship. We have met several times about that. We've got some ideas about this summer doing a few things that we're working through the details. But it's been exciting in terms of seeing that as a ground for us to be able to develop that relationship and maybe have from a investment standpoint to be able to get some good talent that way.
Well, it's a whole retraining of our society really right now to make people understand that manufacturing jobs aren't the dirty jobs that maybe our parents or our grandparents
Right.
once experienced, that this is a whole new environment, and technically, I mean, it's just over the top of
Sure.
what you need to know to even operate some of these machines that you have out there.
Yeah, and I think it's a good career opportunity. People, it's not the kind of thing that most families are sitting around the dinner table and trying to encourage their child to go into manufacturing because of the stigma of what it used to be or what people think of in manufacturing. But, there's a lot of positions here that you start out as an entry level, but with anything you have to have support. So we have B-level operators, A-level, AA, what we call T levels, and so there's a lot of opportunity for growth in our industry.
Well, I think that's the other thing that people don't quite understand, that there is a lot of opportunity for advancement. But again, before, that's not the way it was.
Right.
But the way things are run now, and the technology and the equipment
Sure.
and the computers and everything that we use to do what everybody did by
Yes,
hand at
exactly.
the time.
What you had to have a huge
So,
workforce
yes,
to
so
do.
there is a lot of room. And I know that you send people for schooling and do educational
Yes.
type training as well to help them out there when they're
Right.
doing their
And
jobs.
we do a lot of on-the-job training with, we do, again, titanium, which is kind of an unusual metal. So a lot of our welders are homegrown, that we, show them how to do TIG welding from
Their perspective,
right,
right?
exactly.
What your needs are.
Exactly. And so there's a lot of on-the-job training, and because we are in a unique environment,
Sure.
that and the stuff that we deal with is very expensive, and so we need good people who have good skill sets and are pay attention to details and that kind of thing to help us to make good products.
Sure, you need that quality control, like you
Yes.
say. It's expensive and you can't afford too many mistakes, I'm
Right,
sure.
right.
So that's
Yes.
understandable. Is there anything else that you want us to know about Nora?
Well, I think that in the last few years that we have really focused in on our manufacturing facility. Obviously, the excitement of the new plant, but we have done a lot to improve our safety. That if you walk in our door, the sign outside tells you how many days it's been. So right now, I think we're at 550 days without a lost time accident. So I think that's important too, because this is a much safer environment than, again, if you think about things that have happened, in manufacturing in the past. There's a lot of safety features that we incorporate into like our punch presses and that kind of thing. Again, technology helps us a lot to be able to make sure people stay safe. And then we're also really focused on lean concepts. That's something that's kind of new for us. But lean is basically you're just trying to improve your processes to make them flow better. So you're eliminating wastes. And so for us, that we're in our infancy of trying to do that. So we've got a lot of those kind of programs going on. And we also have what they call 5S, which is it's basically just organizing and cleaning and keeping your areas in tidy form. But there's a lot of that we've done in our new plant, and hopefully when you take a quick look, you'll see the fruits of those efforts.
I know you guys belong to our safety council, so to go back to what you said about safety, I know you're very involved with that
Yes.
as well. So you guys always have a couple people each month learning something new to bring back to that will hopefully help somebody here.
Yes,
Right, to be safe. I wanted to ask, I forgot. I had a really good there was something you said that made me think of something I wanted to ask you. But so other than the new expansion, anything else you see coming in the future? Anything else new that maybe makes you guys more cutting edge than somebody else?
Well, we actually are investing. We just invested in a couple of big machines recently. We have what we call a sheer genius, which was all told about $1 million investment with the machine and the automation to do the packaging, etc. We've invested in a water jet cutting. There's some other opportunities where we're looking to invest some larger dollar amounts to try to improve our manufacturing processes. And so, again, those are always exciting things for us to kind of continue to move into that realm of, advanced manufacturing.
I know what I wanted to ask. Are you a 24-hour plant?
Yes.
Okay, you are.
Yeah,
7 days a week?
Well, actually, we do run overtime fairly often, but we are 5 days a week, 24-hour a day. Our shifts run from 6:30, that's the first shift, 6:30 to 3, 2:30 till 11, and 10:30 until 7 in the morning. So we have a half-hour overlap between each of the shifts to make sure that there's a good handoff of information. And we've been really focusing on trying to improve our communication. It's the thing that everybody always says, hey, I think we could do better with our communication. So that is something that we have been, like this morning I referenced that our president was here for meetings. We have those about 3 times a year. We have what we call town hall meetings, which happen quarterly, where I meet with each of the different areas and we have the opportunity to talk about what's going on, what we need to work on. It's a give and take. Every morning, or actually at every shift change, we have what we call SQDC meetings, where there's safety, quality, delivery, and communication, that we focus that very first interaction in the shift to be able to say, here's what's happening, if there were any kind of incidents, things that we need to be aware of, if there were any customer complaints, or anything like that that they need to know from a plant what was happening, and then for their particular area, what the area of focus is for that day.
That's wonderful. Kelly, let's take a look real quick out here. Sometimes some of the manufacturing companies, because sometimes they're on the secrecy type level, we don't get the opportunity to take a look at the area we can here. So that's really nice of you guys to allow that.
Yeah, the areas that are our focus or our proprietary are the coating area, and so this is just our fabrication
That's
portion.
okay. We get to see something. That's wonderful.
So if you want to just step right on out, you can kind of see. So, as you can see from the facility that we worked hard at, the lighting is very advantageous in terms of being able to see well, and then there's high ceilings, and again, just cleanliness, organization is a focus.
Is there anything else you would like us to know?
That again, we're very excited about being in the Minter community. We want to be good stewards to that. We kind of had a change in philosophy when we were in Chardon. I don't think that because we had our, that the customers are not, like consumers, that we had less focus about getting our name out. But I think after looking at the situation and I think trying to attract talent, trying to make people aware of who we are and what we do, that kind of had a change of heart and tried to refocus that. So again, starting in this community, trying to make sure that that we're making a positive impact on the community.
Well, thank you so much, and we really appreciate letting us come in here like this today.
Sure, it was my pleasure.
Well, and wealth of knowledge. I learned so much today. I can't wait to go home and tell my brother about what I learned today.
Okay.
But having us, thank you for coming to our city and being a Mentor Team Remember. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks.